Hey there, let's look at the SWOT technique, SWOT, as a planning and evaluation methodology. SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So, what is SWOT? It is a structured planning method to apply to an organization need or personal need. It is an approach that provides a direction to understand the situation and condition in its totality. It is useful to upfront identify if an objective can be met and accordingly alter or change paths. This technique would eliminate decisions taken on a hunch or gut feeling. Rather, you look for the right inputs on these elements to take a well informed decision. Use of SWOT. SWOT can be performed on just about anything. At organization level, for product, for change as an individual, for places, ideas, strategies, etc. It is one of the corporate planning tool to analyze business and environmental factors. Depending on what it is being applied to, we would analyze all possible internal and external factors. So how to do SWOT? So SWOT has four elements: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Let's look at each of these. Strength would be what advantages or capabilities exist, or what do we excel in. Think of it as a unique characteristics that complements the work to be done. Some examples of strength would be your team knowledge, company reputation, market presence, assets, competitive advantage, innovation capabilities, quality of service, quality of products, quality of resources, agile approach for faster results, etc. Weakness is mostly lack of something that could prevent you from achieving the required objective. For example, lack of capabilities, dearth of resources, lack of modern technology, know how limitations, capital issues, etc. Opportunities point at what characteristics are compelling the change and what benefit or avenues can be achieved out of that. There could be a direct or indirect benefit. For example, emerging market, latest technology, new sale channel, increase in demand, innovative and new concepts that can take on the market, etc. Threats are the hurdles that could risk the results or obstacles that could impact the very purpose of achieving the objectives. For example, political conditions, competition, demand drop, financial issues, loss of talent, etc. Let's look at SWOT for corporate use. For corporate planning, SWOT would be bifurcated as internal and external factors. So the first two elements, S and W, would be looked at for internal factors, and the next two elements, O and T, would be considered for external factors. We would basically look at what works and what doesn't work within the environment and what factors benefit or negatively impact from the outside world. This way, the first column, strength and opportunity, become the positive points, while the second column showcase what can be negative. Here are some examples of SWOT analysis chart. Here is a simple SWOT table that can be used for performing the analysis. Separate section for internal and external factors, and further bifurcation of SWOT under these elements. Fill up the identified points in these columns. Another simple method is to use a cross in between the board or page to split SWOT elements and fill it up as part of discussion. Drawbacks of SWOT. No weightage method is included to rank individual characteristics based on the impact on what is being evaluated. So folks have to mentally frame the scale of impact or alter the analysis to use ranks or color coding to understand the significance of individual points. It may not help in finding a solution, but it is useful to evaluate one. It may mislead folks into believing that one side is more impacting than others just by the number of points being mentioned on the board or on the chart. SWOT advantage. This is a wonderful initial rundown analysis tool. It is very good for upfront evaluation and immediately sets the right perspective. It can be used to kick off feasibility studies and set direction for people. It uncovers areas that may not be visible upfront. You can involve people from different profile and who are related to the subject matter. It sets the direction and get folks involved from concerned areas. It gives clarity of thought and process to all, as everyone will align in regards to what element is being discussed. You may also have a random house and keep dropping ideas into different sections as individuals throw it at you. Finally, as I mentioned earlier, all such tools and techniques aid in well-informed decisions. Rather than making a gut-felt choice, we now have more concrete evaluation using SWOT to support our choice or decision. Thanks for watching. Cheers, guys.